going to end up telling this story 100 times, right? So, as you know, I'm the foster-care-in-chief. I do a lot of collecting of insects and a variety of different things for James. I'm just trying to get comfortable, but it's a bit tight in here. And so anyway, I was going about my day as normal. I wasn't far from the tent at all. I was really close. Maybe I sort of walked out. I'm just going to keep looking back at the lions because they've stood up now. See, I know this is going to happen. I'm going to come back and forth to my story, but we'll get there. Now, some of the cubs also got up and moved away. Now we've got another lioness standing and listening. I think they're all anticipating the arrival of the rest of the nkuhumas. I think that's what they're missing. It doesn't look like anything sort of too interesting. Perhaps just changing position. Right, so I was out collecting, and I always stop and listen. It's one of the most important things you have to do when you're on foot. So I stopped and I listened and I said, I'll try. I'm going to do what I did now. And I looked around and I thought I heard something. I didn't, and I carried on walking. And I was probably, I don't think I was more than about between 60 and 80 meters away from the tent. And I found a velvet ant. So I reached down and I took my multi-tool out, and I picked very gently, I picked the velvet ant up and I put a leaf underneath it, and I was walking very carefully not to drop this ant because I thought, oh, amazing, I found something fantastic for James. So as I'm walking back very, very slowly, I stopped and I had a quick look around again, nothing, and I'm not joking, it was maybe 20 meters, 25 meters from the tent, and I stopped dead, and it was amazing. My whole body went cold, and I heard the snort, and I turned to my right, so I went just like that. My eyes grew about 10 times the size, and I was maybe 30 meters away from a big buffalo bull. He looked at me, and I think the way he was walking, you know, that typical buffalo stride, head dangling down on the ground, he looked up at the same time, and I think he got a big fright, so he snorted, and I stood still, but the next thing he started charging me and flat out. Now I'm close to him. I can't tell you how close I was. So I look, and I was like, I've got no tree to climb. I'm not standing my ground anymore. He was close, and he was flat out charging now. Head down, coming for me. So I just booked it. I ran straight into the tent, shouting a variety of words, and then one of them being buffalo, that one I can tell you. Into the tent I went, and James latched onto me, grabbed me, and everyone was very confused. Thank goodness, nothing. I don't think anything was recorded, and David was in there too. David saying, "Is he gonna come back?" And then I was like, "Oh my goodness! Imagine if he turns and chases us into the tent. We'd have to dive out the windows." It was very exciting. And I think I did see my life flash before my eyes, but now when somebody says to me, it's impossible that you can outrun a buffalo, I can tell them different. I'm quite proud of this. But let's quickly go back to the lions. They obviously